It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man. Maiyegun la wa mo, la mo do 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 do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun Live. Share the broadcast. It's going to be a good night. Share the broadcast, invite others just before you settle down and drop your offerings. Like the video before you settle down. It works well that way. Do that. Let me get you into the mood. Let's start with this. Let's make it a whole house. I'm not going to. Let me say this, right? I am not expecting a lot of people on this broadcast tonight. The reason is because I am not going to be talking about Nigeria. I'm going to be talking about Yoruba land. I'm going to be talking about our intervention. I'm going to be talking about where we are and what we are going to be doing in April. Remember, we have a project at hand called the Diaspora Intervention Fund for the prosecuted, Yoruba activists. But I have also received a kind of suggestion many times. It's not even one. I've received suggestions from my brothers and sisters on this platform who have said, we also, no matter how little it looks, it will sound good if we reach out to the legal team, the people fighting for the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a goodwill gesture, because on Maiyegun's diary Politico, the temple of truth, we always kind of say it all the time that we are one. And in this case, we seem to have proved that we are one. So if we have to reach out, this is the moment we should know about that, okay? So I'm putting something together. I'm going to call it our budget for this month in April. And our budget, this April can now be called our own agenda for April. I'm going to share all of that with you. So let's make it a whole house. My Biafran brothers and sisters, rise up.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known, oh, day and night. Say them always. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. No star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by our enlightenment. Biafra, shining forever.
My people,
ayé sùnra ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé sùnra.
I can see that some of us have a little bit of a reservation about the Biafran anthem. It should be in the local language and this or that. Yeah, very beautiful idea. But for those who know the history of Biafra, you will know that Biafra is not just the Igbos. But that's a discussion for another time. You get what I mean now? So, but it is a brilliant idea to have it in the local dialect like that. It's kind of easier for us as Yoruba people. That Yoruba, you know, it's easier for everyone from all over Yoruba land to key into that language easily and understand the content of it. But that doesn't mean that we don't have so many parts in Yoruba land too. We speak, you know, more than 100 languages alone. No joke. You get what I mean? But that's also a conversation for another day. Let's get down to business tonight. So if you are just joining me, what I'm about to share with you is going to be update on what we got ourselves involved in a month ago. Okay. And then where we were, where we are, and then where we are going. So that is what is prompting this conversation. So it may not be with the kind of, you know, the vibe, jives, joke, all of that, like when we are treating different topics, okay? Tonight, it is like all of you coming to the temple of truth to get an up-to-date information about. You see, Maiyegun said a lot is going on behind the scene, a lot of conversation going on behind the scene. We have realized that we've raised some money. The last time he spoke to us, he told us about people we paid for this, for that, and all of that. That's it. We don't know what is going on anymore. Some of you are even growing impatient now. Like, Maiyegun, we need to do something. We need to. I said, no. Remember where we started from. And do not let us run or run faster than our shadow. So I have been, you have given me that privilege at the same time, the same, what do you call it, at the same time, the power, okay, to discuss, approve things on your behalf, which is why I will always come back to say, well, this is where we are on this. So mine is to remind you where we started from, where we are right now, and where we should, or let me say where we will be going. And I'm going to throw it open to everybody. That's why I said we may not have a lot of people joining us now, okay? Because this is what concerns us. And I am going to be saying all of this offhand. And just like my grandfather, my late grandfather used to tell me, said, if you are honest, if you are telling the truth, you don't need to remember anything. And if you are the type that is so lazy, yeah, you probably just need your truth. And so far, so good. That has been working for me. So you may see me use round figure. The bottom line of what I want to share with you tonight is, like I said, where did we start from? Where are we? And where are we going? Then I will then listen to you to call in and tell me what you feel. More suggestions, some of them will be executed right away. Some of them will have to wait, and on like that. But something will be done. So whatever I feel like I can share with you, I will share that with you. Okay? So let's start from, why are we involved in the issue of illegal detention of Oloye Sunday Igboho? We got involved when the case started going cold. Then, to our surprise, a news broke and said they have extended Oloye Sunday Igboho's detention. Prior to that, we were watching from far, complaining, waiting, lamenting, waiting, protesting, waiting. Why so many things were going really, really terribly bad to those who are identified as Yoruba activists. We wanted to help, but we couldn't help as a group. Then that news broke that they've extended Oloye Sunday Igboho's detention by another 6 months. That made us say no. But before we got involved, you gave me the mandate to go and speak to Oloye Sunday Igboho himself, if he is comfortable for us to get involved, because we've made efforts before then to see how can we help. We know that self-determination campaign, legal cases, harassment, arrests, living and all of that of those who have decided to take up this battle, they are not going to come cheap, even if they are rich. The moment they identify as supporter of a Yoruba nation, their businesses, their finances, their friends, their family, associates will become targets of the government. But we wanted to help. We reached out. It didn't manifest until I spoke to Igboho directly myself. And he was so happy to accept our help. Then I came back here to give you the modalities, the rules and regulation of what our intervention will be all about. I stated clearly, if you remember, I said, our intervention is not a takeover. Our intervention is not a rivalry. Our intervention is not to discredit anyone. Our intervention is to boost whatever they were doing, help as much as possible, and give our people the sense of safety, the sense of brotherhood enough to let them know that yes, we may be far away, abroad, but we would love to do what they are doing. Since we cannot do it physically, we can always be of help in so many fronts. Intervention, not competition. Remember that. There are times many of you have made suggestions that are supposed to be made by the people, or let me say suggestions and actions that are supposed to be taken by the people who have already identified publicly right there, who have the structure, supposedly, to implement all those ideas. But there is no idea that is better or that is workable if you don't have any reliable source of funding for it. However, we saw all the fights, court cases, arrests, bail condition here and there, a lot of stuffs. But we were so concerned about the illegal detention of Oloye Sunday Igboho, because to us, remember, it was because we believed that when they took him away from circulation, it was to dampen the spirit of every Yoruba son and daughter all over the world who are beginning to ask questions about our relationship as a people, as a region with Nigeria. The Igboho's disappearance, as we all know, poured the cold water on the struggle. So he became the pointer of our intervention. We believed if Igboho was out, it would be easier to, in fact, intervene further in what we believe the genuinity of the struggle. I'm giving you all this recap because they are so important. They are part of what contributed and also contributing to how this fundraiser started, going and where we are today. So when I got that approval, I came back here to tell all of you, here is the procedure. We will raise this fund and we will begin with the release of Oloye Sunday Igboho. Within 48 hours after we started, we made a big mark, which sent a lot of voices, suddenly like murmuring behind the scene. What's this all about? What's this going to be like this and all of that? And within the first 8 days, which is simply put, within the first 48 hours of us mobilizing our own lawyer in preparation to take over the case and fight the extension of Oloye Sunday Igboho's detention, they released him. That changed the whole narrative completely. But what did we do? Within a week, we raised enough money to actually pull anything pullable. Yeah? But when they released Oloye Sunday Igboho, it automatically puts a halt into our determination of fighting whatever is fightable. It simply means we have to re-strategize. Yes, we have the money. We raised over 30,000 pounds. And we got, after they deducted all the deductibles from the platforms we raised the money from, I got in the bank over 28,000 pounds. So in the first 3 weeks, we spent nearly 12,000 pounds, which if you put it straight, you will say 8 million naira. But the obvious ones were the ones we spent the first week of March, well, second week of March. That was Igboho is released now. His safety, his welfare, and everything else he probably needed that we could immediately provided, whatever money could provide. So we tagged that welfare for Oloye, which came to 2 million naira. Remember that. We mobilized our lawyer that initially we thought was going to begin to live in Benin Republic until Oloye Sunday Igboho is finally released. He wouldn't need to go to Benin Republic anymore, but we made a deposit of 2 million naira. At the same time, at some point towards the end of last month, in March, I also came here that I had a conversation with Oloye Sunday Igboho and many other people behind the scene. But the most important one was the one with Oloye Sunday Igboho, who always have the first right of refusal. If he says no to any idea, then that idea will have to wait. So he approved that we should provide, we should make provision for 1.8 million naira for the Igboho 12. The 12 people that were illegally picked up at Oloye Sunday Igboho's house. I did just that. But prior to that, like I said, there were so many other conversations going on behind the scene. And as always, I will only tell you what I think has matured enough to be shared publicly. Okay? So part of the conversation going on behind the scene was the legal bills they have been paying. Like I said, our own is intervention. Our own is not to take over what everyone was doing. Okay? Our own was not to question what they were doing. Our own is to say, listen, at this point, yeah, we might need to do it differently if we want a different result. And if the person we want to talk to says yes, definitely we have the right to do that. But eventually, right, there are conversations around this legal bills. One of the biggest one among the legal bills that they are also discussing with me behind the scene, which is actually going to prompt me to tell you this next stuff I'm going to tell you after. So there is this package of 5 million naira to completely clear the case of the Igboho 12. I wasn't comfortable with it. However, in the long run, back and forth, common sense finally prevailed. And like I said, our own is intervention, though we have conditions. Okay? Intervention. No, when they all spoke, including Alana, Professor Banji Akintoye, this is what they concluded. The 1.8 million naira that was meant for the Igboho 12, they have not shared it. They are still keeping it. Because according to them, they want that case on them to be cleared, and these men can lead their normal life without having to look over their shoulder. The mechanism they want to use, they've all agreed now. And in my own case, I think we just have to go ahead with it until when I spoke with Oloye Sunday Igboho said they are keeping the 1.8 million, but he's agreed that he will approve 3 million for them. And he told me to release another 3 million naira, which is going to go into the legal issue, or let me say the legal case of the Igboho 12. Now, that is what we are going to tag that fund. Like I said, it's an intervention. If they believe it's going to fix whatever is going on, as they have already believed and agreed on, ours is not to say no, you know what I mean? So Igboho is comfortable with it. He put up a fight, like he said, but he finally felt like we should do it if this is what, you know what I mean? And I'm in the process of releasing that money, okay? They have given me the details of who is going to take it and the rest of that. And that is going to then put what we put towards Igboho 12 at 4.8 million naira. I'm coming back to what we have and what we have left. I'm coming to that. So, the last time I spoke to you about our fund, I told you that from what we've spent so far, we had about 17,000 pounds left. And I think I put that around 13 million naira or thereabout. Yeah. Well, we've raised more. I haven't just received what we've raised, because in the last 1 week, yeah, we have raised. I think we've raised another 1,200 or thereabout. I'm not sure. By the time the platforms process the fund, confirmed it, and the rest of that, right, and take out all their own deductions, their charges here and there, right. Once they release the fund, it comes to me possibly this coming week, okay? But with this new approval, it simply means we are going to be spending another 4,200 pounds to clear this 3 million bill. Well, we had about 13 million naira left, about 17,000 pounds. Then I don't know what it is right now as an exchange rate, but like I said, I'll be using round figure. It's quite convenient and easy to get to what I'm actually driving at. Okay, so I was initially planning that from what we have, why don't we just put together this month? Our money is meant to free those who are being persecuted, especially wherever we can help legally. Legal bills, safety, protection, and every other thing that we can provide. Whatever money can provide in a little way, intervention, right? Now, my plan then was that we could put it together from our money this April and spend 5 million naira going to anywhere, good causes in this course of, the Diaspora and Intervention Fund. And from it, I wasn't planning that we are going to make a lump payment of 3 million, but we have to, guys, we have to. I put up a fight for the past 1 week on it, but eventually since ours is to help, if that's how they think we could help, then let's do that. Okay. So now I'm increasing that budget. In my own view, we can increase this month in April budget to between 7 million and 10 million naira. Do you understand that? Now, if we do that from what we have, that means we are going to deplete our savings seriously in April. If we all agree that, okay, Maiyegun, let's agree that our spend limit for April, whatever intervention, whatever what we're going to do, because there's going to be a big news. There's a big news coming up among what we have already and what we have spent, right? There's some things I'm expecting some results, and they're like big news, real big news, right? So if we then put a budget in April, if we have 13 million, right? And we say in April, Maiyegun, let us put a budget of 10 million, between 7 and 10 million in April. Now, if 3 million is going out of it, I am looking, now, this is me telling you and throwing my option and opinions open now. There are so much going on when it comes to the issue of money in IPOB right now. That is why when you want to make any contribution, right, it can spark a different conversation, accusation, and the rest of that. And the goodwill gesture, right, can turn to something else. We are not involved in any disagreement, any faction or what have you that you may have in IPOB. But the suggestion for us to, because we are all one on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, aren't we? When we started raising this fund, we have some of our Biafran brothers who actually contributed as well, because they are also lovers of justice. So in our way, the people we know who have representatives in courts, who are doing everything within their own court, even if we don't believe in their court, the fight still have to continue from there. All right. So if you ask me, if we have to reach out, who should we reach out to? I would say we should reach out to those who have access to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Those who are footing their, it's not because they are not footing the abuse, don't misunderstand me, okay? But my friend suggested it, and I'm now throwing it open. In April, we can make provision for at least 2 million naira from Maiyegun's Diary Politico, from the Temple of Truth, towards the legal case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever it goes into, anything that goes directly to him, right? From us to them. You get what I mean now? We can do that, in my own opinion. So that's why I'm now looking at, what about our budget? Can we work it out? There are many things. People want us to start so many things, to do so many things. But remember, we are just intervening, reaching out in the little way we can in order to build that platform where we can easily say, let's come together. Let's do something. You know, let's go this way. Oh, let's support that. You know what I mean? So that experience is what we are experimenting on this platform. I don't have a problem reaching out to the team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't have any problem. But I just want you to be very, very, very clear with me. Our intention is noble. Just same way we are having an intervention with Oloye Sunday Igboho, having intervention with those who have been persecuted by Nigeria, right? Because we have the token, the little, that can make a little, tiny, tiny difference. And if we have more, what happened? We will do more. So if we have a budget of 10 million naira in April, and we decide to spend it judiciously, remember, there are many other conversations behind the scene. Some of them have not really matured enough for me to come here and say, oh, we're also going to give these people so. We're also going to give these people so. You know what I mean now? I don't have all of them approved now. You see the ones I'm sharing with you, they are my own personal thoughts. So if we go 10 million in April, we are going to be so down to just about 3 million. Something you can say somewhere around 2,000 pounds. 3,000 pounds. So that means we can no longer have any emergency that will require millions. We just have to empty our wallets. So that is why I am throwing it open to you now. So far, so good. Our balance of 17,000 pounds is what I'm about to start spending now. 3 million is going to go out of it, which is 4,000 pounds. 4,200 pounds. Okay? Because when I send money, I also pay commission. All right? And I keep receipts. Because that's what I do. I keep receipts. So remember, I'm just an olden bay. Okay? Where people feel like if we don't just want to keep talking. Okay? We want to be seeing things happen. So if you have been following me, if you have been following me from the start, like I said, I'm not expecting a lot of people to watch us tonight. Okay? So if you agree with me that we should continue our fundraiser, because if we spend what we have, very soon we may end up as just talkers. They just talk. No action, no nothing. Okay? We have started from intervention. I know many of you are impatient. There's so many ideas you have within you. There are so many things you want us to start doing. But I love to remind you that you should never forget. We are starting from where we want to earn the trust of the people who can put their hands in their pockets to support a cause that they believe strongly in. That trust is what we want to build. That funding is what we want to judiciously use. Accountability is what we want to practice. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to ask for it. We want to show people how to be accountable and put resources together to support just cause. And the reason why we are making it public is because we raise our money in public. Maiyegun, you don't need to say all of this. Some things you keep them to yourself. My brother, keep your opinion to yourself. We started raising our money publicly. People who raise the money, they are the people who spend hours listening to Maiyegun every time, religiously. Do you understand that? Therefore, you don't take money you don't take money publicly and then begin to say, there are some things I can't tell you. Okay, if you are not telling us, just don't tell us that you've spent our money. If there are things you can't really tell us, all right? Just make sure that you don't come here and say you spent our money, but you can't tell us. I'm not going to be able to deal like that. So remember, we are only intervening. And it is only for those who want us to. So by the time I make the payments, by the time I effect the payment for the Igboho 12, which we are going to call legal fee, that means it's going to make the total money we have, supported them with is going to be 4.8 million naira. That doesn't mean that they won't get more. But for now, that is what they are going to get from us in April. Okay? So maybe if we have more money, when we want to start looking into things in May, right? We can still go back to them and support them again, but it will no longer have to do with legal stuff anymore. This time around, it's just going to be personal support, which exactly was what the 1.8 million naira was meant for. But now that they've decided that they are not going to spend it, okay, they are going to use that to clear their legal issue, legal fee, and the rest. We will support them with that. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I am going to give you updates the moment I spend another money, which I am very positive we are going to spend, especially this first week of April. Do you understand that? So that is why I'm going to be requesting for your approval that should we budget between 7 million and 10 million as our spend limit for April. So I'm going to open the line now. You know what we do? The number is on your screen, okay? So let me give you a quick recap, quickly. From our last spending, we have the balance of over 17,000 pounds now, which you can put roughly at 13 million naira. Now, I have received an approval from Oloye Sunday Igboho to make a payment of 3 million naira in addition to 1.8 million naira we've paid before, which is towards the legal fees of Igboho 12. That is already approved. So I also have the proposal that we should reach out to the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, right? We have a proposal of, I am making a proposal of 2 million naira, but you can tell me if we should do more. But remember, we have that budget that you have to to first of all approve. And I'm going to advise us, please, when you are making your suggestions and the rest, it doesn't mean that 100% that's what we're going to do. But it's just going to help us, guide us, and guide myself once, before we reach the final approval, okay? Oloye Sunday Igboho himself is going to need some certain support this month. Some of them, which I told you, is going to be a big news very soon. Now, once that is sorted and a provision is for it, please have that in mind, okay? We need to spend between 7 and 10 million. We have already approved 3 million. Now it is now left for you to approve another 4 million or another 7 million to make it 10 million. And tell me, what do you think? And listen to this. This is open. If my Biafran brother calls in, if my Yoruba brother calls in, if my Northern brother calls, anyone who calls in, it is an open suggestion now. Because when we were raising the money, I don't think we raised the money by identity or tribe or religion. I've seen the list of our supporters. I've seen the list of our donors. And I am overwhelmed with so much kind of a surprise. Therefore, when I throw it open to you now, please, let us limit our conversation within this scope of conversation, okay? Let's limit our suggestions and all of that, all right? So that we don't go overboard. Please pay attention to that. That's why I said I am not expecting a lot of people, okay? Because there won't be too much sound bites. But this conversation is so important because after it, I will begin to take action, even further actions that you are going to be updated on. So what you need to do before we continue, you can take a minute to still probably share this broadcast, like it, and then, yeah. So the number to call is on your screen, and it is always WhatsApp call. Don't call the number directly. You need to call it on WhatsApp, okay? And that's how you can get in.
Hello, Maiyegun.
All right, I have my first caller. Hello, ma.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Ekale, princess, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well, thanks, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm going to make this very quick.
Please.
Yeah. 5 million, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Because I look for legal whatever.
Yeah.
Ọ̀rọ̀ wo ló wà lórí ẹ̀, Maiyegun? Ṣé àwọn wo ló fẹ́ lò? Ṣé lọ́ọ̀yà ló fẹ́ lò ni? Ṣé àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà tá ti sanwó fún tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ tún fẹ́ gba 5 million ni àbí báwo?
Well, from nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ fún mi, because now tẹ́tí béèrè, the initial request was that lawyer àwọn, which is kí lorúkọ ẹ̀, Ọlájẹ́ngbèsì, said pé òun ti make a deal kan settle out of court pẹ̀lú DSS.
Settle out of court. Ẹ má bínú, Maiyegun, I'm going to cut you short here. Yes. Settle out of court with DSS. Whatever DSS might have done was not even right in the first place. It was not a legal detention. You went to people's houses, you picked them up, you locked them up, and you want to settle that out of court? I don't get it.
I mean, that was my own initial
position. We'll have to settle that out of court.
They came back and somehow Igboho said...
Because
go on.
With the kind of person I know you to be, Maiyegun,
yeah,
I believe you would have made inquiries about this, and I believe someone is just out there trying to make 5 million off of them.
And that is why I said that initially, this conversation, before we got to this stage, they've been on it, they've been on it for over a week now. And my own option was that why don't we just fight it? Then they said they don't want to fight it and they just want it to go away. And they have agreed to that. And I said, is Igboho comfortable with that? And Igboho said, Maiyegun, I asked them, if people didn't raise money for me, would we have to go? Is it me that they locked up that will pay the 5 million or what? Or is it Baba Akintoye, 87-year-old man, that will pay the money? And eventually it will now succumb to that. That's why I said we should remember that ours is intervention, though we are not so comfortable with it. But if Igboho is happy,
Maiyegun, if Igboho is happy, see, tí ọmọdé bá ń parọ́, tí àgbàlagbà bá ń sòótọ́, ọ̀rọ̀ wọn máa yàtọ̀. But if a child is telling the truth, and the adults too was probably telling the truth, they will always arrive at the same place.
That's right.
DSS should be paying to these people. These people they arrested, this Lady K and whoever that they arrested, they invaded somebody's house.
There's a pending court order of 20 billion, and I was expecting that we'll take that up. We have a lawyer we paid 2 million to, and he's not fighting, doing anything for
now. Why are we here?
You get what I mean? But again, like I said, I've put up all these arguments.
If Igboho is telling us to pay that money, Maiyegun, can we pay directly to the person taking this money so we can have something to leverage on? Because I think it is a broad daylight fraud.
There is already an account provider.
To the person taking this money.
Yeah, Princess. Quickly.
Then if anything should come up after this, then we can know what to do.
Princess, they've already provided that. It's getting insane. And I insisted that the only person to send me that details must be Igboho himself. And he did that. So all the safety stuff on my own side, right? I have done that. Now I'm throwing it into the public so that everybody will know why we are doing what we are doing, like we use. So again, ma, what do you think as your own final,
My final opinion here is this. Whoever that requested for 5 million to settle out of court a case that is DOA, dead on arrival, is trying to play a fast one on everybody. And we are not all dumb and we are not stupid. That's it.
So, you are my first caller. And you know one thing, you know my worry now, Majority of my callers are going to agree with you. And that means the parliament here, they are not comfortable with it. We will still have to probe this before we make any payment then.
Benny Baba, that would be the best thing to do.
So, okay, let's hear from others. Princess, please.
All right, Baba.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have another caller on the line.
Hello.
Oh, hello, sir.
Hello, General.
Baba.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, sir.
And for all these things. At times, most of these things can put people in an uncomfortable position.
It's so uncomfortable. You can imagine what I'm dealing with, sir. But please, go on.
And the reality is that I just want to advise some of us that are abroad who are projecting that Nigeria is animal farm. To actually think that every one of those people are going to be able to fight their case in court.
That was our intention. No, be so. We were ready to fight.
It's not visible. It's not visible, unfortunately. Look at how the case is prolonging forever. And we want people to be able to step up and fight in a way for this cause that we believe is just. But trust me, we cannot be projecting what is happening in America or Britain to Nigeria.
No.
If there is a way, they can negotiate this further and make it so that those people can just go home. So that
that's what they said. They said they just want to go on with their lives. And I said, how are you sure that they are still not going to come for you after all of this? They said, no, they are sure. Their lawyer said this and that. I said, okay, since it is intervention,
so that we can just focus on the goal
and we can focus on other things.
And no issue, rather than all these other people that people don't know their name as such. It's going to be more complicated fighting for every one of them.
No.
So there are times you need to actually pick the right fight, in essence. That's my view.
Thank you very much, sir. That's another view. Let me hear from others. Let us, in fact, I love this. Let us keep the conversation within the scope of this topic so that it will help us. We'll have an idea. And that's the second person, which makes this open now again. 1 second, please. Let's see. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening, sir. Your name and where you are calling from. Pick any of this conversation that you would love to contribute to and make it quick, sir. Your name, sir.
My name is Festus, calling from United States of America.
Festus. Comrade, please, fire.
Yeah. So, Maiyegun, this is my first time of calling to a show. Please, I agree to what Princess said.
Okay.
40%. Then 60% I disagree with what she said. Okay?
Please go further.
We all know that the system back home is corrupt. We all know that the system back home is so corrupt. Look, I have found myself into a situation whereby I went to Nigeria. Then I'm claiming a right. I'm claiming right. And they told me that, oh, you are claiming right. Where I supposed to spend $500, $50,000.
Which is a shame.
Okay? So now, back to the 12 Igbohos. Look, when you spend 1 day in DSS custody or in any police station custody, you will quickly pay that money they ask you to bring out. So, Maiyegun, I will advise you, this kind of discussion that you have with Igbohos and the Babas, next time, don't come up plain, because by discussing this issue now, I believe some person will go to DSS and relate this issue with them that, oh, come, they are discussing you guys on the internet. No. You know those stuff? Please, next time, at least you ought to have some way and bring this issue out.
Thank you so much, Festus. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. So what I'm going to do next is that, 1 sec, sorry. Let me remind all of us, please. Okay. I am not that smart to pay 5 million to anybody from money I raised in public. Okay. And then find one means of explaining it to people and say, well, 5 million, shall get. Do you understand? I shall pay 5 million just to clear and all of no explanation. I am not somebody who is like that. Okay. And if people ask questions, I said, if you have questions, ask me. We raise this money publicly. Okay. I'm not saying that they are going to pay the DSS the money. Their lawyers are those who take the money. Okay. And any arrangement they go into, we know that it is the DSS who took them to court, Abi. So if you are going to settle out of court, who are you going to settle out of court with? Is it not the person who took you to court? So please, guys, all your worry and every concern you have like that, please don't spend your time telling me not to discuss this in public, because I don't know how to pay 5 million naira and keep it vague. Please kindly remember that. I love what you are doing, and I will say, if your contribution is going to be to advise not to discuss this in public, please don't call in. Please. Thank you. So I'll take I'll take another one. But I love the fact that we're having diverse, what do you call it, opinions on this. It's going to be helping, indeed. So people support that. We should just do what we have to do and move on to something else. And we'll not have to discuss this again. Hello there.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
It's Olu from London.
Saulu from London,
Yeah.
right? Please, sir. You are meeting us at a very critical stage of the conversation.
Yeah, that's good. Good. My thinking is going to this way.
Please.
When the Igbo 12, when they were released from DSS detention and after to court, why didn't the lawyers? I mean, I'm not sure because we're not in Nigeria.
Sure.
Was there any media or any information as to being settled out of court and the legal and the financial implication of that at that time? If there was anything like that, it would have made this one very easy and convenient for us to agree. Now, it's looking like
from what I heard, Saulu, in order to explain that part, from what I heard, some of the lawyers were even working like without getting paid initially, right? Somehow, there are already legal bills that piled up, okay? So in one of their, when they got bail for them, because they are all on bail as we speak, which simply means they can just wake up tomorrow morning and they can be picked up again, then their lawyers will need to go to court. So in their own way, they now said this amount is what the legal team needs to clear them and clear their names and they can move on with their lives. That's why I don't really want to go into details of the reason why we mentioned the DSS is because they were charged by DSS. But go on, sir.
Okay, if that's the case, Igbo was not there. We were not there.
No.
Nobody knows what actually transpired
between them.
Now, Igbo would take anything they tell him. And now that Igbo is ratifying what they have said, is tying our hands big time. Because rational,
let me say this again, sir. Sorry to cut you, right? When I was talking to him, right, he came to conclusion that if that is what they want, because they are complaining, right, that there are strange phone calls. There are strange people following, all those things that just like intimidate and all that. So to them, they just want all of that to stop. And the way to stop is what their lawyers have asked them to do, right? And to make that happen, then we have to make provision for such money. Do you get that now? So that was what Politico in the fix.
Yeah. What if Igbo is still in detention? What if? Was that a target at what we were raising? Yeah, because if Igbo was still is still in detention as we speak, would they have come out this time to ask for 5 million naira? Now, so there are so many questions. They don't know how to even throw in whatever asking they are making because the timing looks somewhat fishy. And it's putting them in a very, very tight corner with this kind of crowdfunding thing.
You get what I mean? It's so huge, right? It's so huge.
Yeah, they're putting you under immense pressure, which
That's where I am
not
now.
Which is not good. I really am feeling for you. And because at the end of the day, these guys are out. We want everybody happy. And at the end of the day, we won't want anybody to look like street to the rest of us. In fact, millionaire is nothing if we want to look at it. But then we want anybody that is going to take anything home from this crowdfunding must be legitimate, must be true. No matter, even it could be 10 million naira, it could be 20 million naira, it could be more than that. It's clear. In the channel that they have, whatever channel that's come through. So that's what I am thinking. I don't even know what to say now because I really don't want everything. And it's really putting you in the middle of everyone.
Sir, it took me a week. I have done all argument. See, everything all of you are raising all this point, I have done that and behind the scene for a week. It got to a point that every time they speak to me on the phone, right, I seem to always kind of win because I logically explain to them that it's not we don't have this money. Why don't we do it this way or that? But at the end of the day, they will be like, oh, that makes sense. So it's true. But you see, this last one they did, Igboho himself surrendered. And I asked him, I said,
that is what is tying our hands.
Yeah, you get?
Because Igboho has lent his voice behind this. So, but then Igboho might have lent his voice because might raise some other points that will make him also citizens with us. Because before the money is being released, we need to all agree. And for us to all agree, crowdfunding, it might take some time.
I said, I am just an older. Sometimes there's a way I throw this to my friends, my people, and when they drop their suggestion and all of that, I'll go back and work on it. And when I come back and tell them this is what we have done, they're always comfortable with it because they will realize that through my action, it all comes from the suggestions of so many people. So here we are. I'll take
because we don't want this 5 million to be a hindrance to the one that we said we're going to start later on. So, because if this one is not handled very well, there might be a lackluster interest in the further one that we want to start later on that you mentioned. I've forgotten what name we called it. Because everyone is ready. Because we want this, because it's not child's play that we come to listen to you every time, that we want, we're expecting certain things to happen in the Yoruba nation, and the synergy that we're expecting to actually come to roost, with other group, agitation group, whatever we call them. So we don't want anybody to come and ruin the party for us.
No.
That is just my concern. God will help you, give you wisdom to go. I'm going to push it back to you because I can't conclude.
I'll take more calls. I'm actually getting an idea already. So far, so good. The people who feels like we should pay and just move on to other things, they seems to be leading right now. So I have another caller. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Hello, sir. Baba, how are you?
I'm okay. And you?
Well, here I am. I hope I'll be okay at the end of the program. So maybe all of you will help me. Go on.
Yeah, Maiyegun, before I start talking, let me just, first of all, let me commend you.
Thanks, man.
God bless you, Maiyegun.
Amen to that.
God bless everyone, all comrades of Temple of Truth. God bless you all.
Amen.
God bless the Dua Nation. God bless the African nation.
Ashe.
First of all, I need to be frank. What they are saying is not the kind of mentality we want to take into Yoruba nation. This is not the kind of mentality we want to take. But actually, we are being logical here. But we believe Nigeria is in a logical state, though. We know that.
At the same time, we should never forget.
Yeah. Nigeria is not a logical state. Everyone that has spoken right, to be honest. Even I've been watching the comment section. Everyone who has said their bits are all correct. Everybody's right. The only thing that ties me, my own hand, I won't lie to you, Maiyegun, is because he said,
he's in a tight corner. He's not 100% comfortable. If the people says, they said if we do this, they will stop following us, they will stop calling us and all of that. Can't you do this for us and all of it got to a point he asked them, what if people didn't raise money for me? Am I going to start begging for that? But that is just a convo behind the scene, right? However, it was like, Maiyegun, from Kesari Jare. Do you understand? Sure. I bet he's watching me right now. Go on.
Yeah, we are not living in a logical country. That country is messed up, Baba. So my own take is just this. As long as the Igboho says yes, Baba. My own opinion. I'm not really putting on people. My own opinion, just let's give it up. But I'm not okay with it. At times, I'm not okay with that. To be honest.
I am not too. I don't know if I should be saying it that I'm not okay, but well, here I am. I just said it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, Baba. Do you know why I said okay, go, Baba, let's listen to Baba Sunday Igboho. Okay, fine. Because I'm very used to all these American politics. You know, when these senators are negotiating bills, at times they're not always happy with it, but they vote for it.
At least they just have to.
Yeah.
For the common good, they call it.
Common good. I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. But if Sunday Igboho says yes, if Sunday Igboho says yes, let's do it.
Which he has. He's already said yes. All protocol duly observed. And you remember, Igboho, and one source, anybody was like, no. To send me pada lo see House of Representative ni ensin ke to gbe pada wa beyin ti set so
no baba see over some calling the Congress bill these senators and representatives go back to their
now if they say no we send it back
so there's nothing wrong there's nothing wrong, Baba. There's nothing wrong. This is how we want to run Yoruba nation. We have people, our representatives have to come back to us and talk to us about it. But if they run Yoruba nation, no, you get it.
Thank you. Let me hear from others too, Tunde. But people have not told me their views on that of the IPOB, Mazin Amdekano, the leader of the IPOB.
I'm okay with that.
I want people to touch that too, please.
Yeah, I'm very okay. Me, I'm 100% okay with that. I'm very okay with that. They are our brothers. We never leave them. Never.
And you're also okay with the proposal, 2 million naira to start with?
Between us. Yeah, we are okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Let me hear from others too.
Okay.
Yeah, let me hear from
Thank you, Baba.
Nice one, Tunde. Thank you very much. I have another caller. And let's make it short and see how it goes. Hello there. Hello. Yes, sir. Oh, you are going to need to listen to your phone. Don't listen to the broadcast. When you call in, put your phone in your, even if it's on speaker, listen to the phone, not the broadcast. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello, sir. My brother.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Maiyegun. I did Prince Jejeman.
Prince Jejeman. Go on, Baba.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Loud and clear.
I like the topic tonight. In fact, it's
like open parliament. Look at all of us. All of you stay there now. They watch your TV. They debate the parliament. Why is it going to be? I love it too, but we need to also be very, very, logical. Go on.
Already the fight is already on. That's what the way I'm looking, the angle I'm looking it from. This fight, this is just part 1. Part 2 is coming. Part 3, part 4, part 5.
And we cannot run out. We cannot run out of money too.
So the thing is that if we start now settling, how long will we? When will we stop the settling? That is what the question we have to ask ourselves. Because there's a situation that will come. We also have to, if the parliament have to advise our daddy Igboho. This is because of the integrity, the future. We everything is on diary. You understand?
That's right.
Because if anything that has tail leg, no matter how you look at it, you understand? So the people that are representing us, they are collecting 5 million to settle out of court. Then if they start the case, how much will they collect? That's what we ask ourselves. I getting me?
I'm with you.
So to me, say they are collecting 5 million to settle out of court. This court already, Igboho, the federal government is owing Igboho how many billions of naira? 20. They have not paid that one. You understand? So legally, they have to give us more money. It's them that have to give Igboho more money. It's not we that will go to settle them in any way. I getting me? Whether directly or indirectly. I getting me? So if they say that the case, they are not tired of the case, let's go to court. They are owing Igboho more money. They have not paid. So they are the one that still owing us. I getting me? In this fight of liberation. One nation now, Biafra nation, the fight goes on until they leave us alone. Everybody will go and answer their father's name. That's where I stand.
Thank you very much, the Prince. Any other thing? Go on.
So, yeah. So that's the thing. Then the one of support for Motherland, the kind of thing. I so much appreciate that. That is a good idea.
I mean,
shows it's one
we know that it may not be so much, but at least it's just to say, yeah, we no physically be
honestly,
there.
Honestly, for you to for us to even for the people parliament to even remember it, to show that love, you know, is wonderful. You understand? Even that is the consign is what matters, not the amount. You get what I mean?
I mean, the gesture, the thought to say, can we just say, help us, you know, whenever you meet him next to anything you are taking to him, help us take this one, buy something as well. Or say from here, then his own legal team who are running up and down to get him released and all of that. If not petrol, if he buy, help us give them. Just say from us to them.
It's a wonderful idea. It's a wonderful idea. I so much thank you, Maiyegun, and I thank
I'm going to work on it.
Fans,
let me hear from
others who supported this. It's a wonderful idea.
No, it was JJ. JJ was the one who actually lauded it on the program. JJ may even call in later tonight. So, Prince, thank you very much. Let me hear from others.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
And you too. Prince JJ Man is not comfortable with us paying. They want us to fight. Again, so far so good. The people who want us to review that payment, and those who feel like since Igboho has approved and our protocol says if Igboho is comfortable with it, we should go ahead. But we've just never done something this big at once that we can't really monitor. Okay, but I have a caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Maiyegun.
Hello there.
Bukola from England.
Say that again, ma.
Good evening. Bukola from England.
Bukola, ma, from England. How are you tonight, ma?
Then, fine, thank you very much.
Oh, God.
I just say well done.
Thanks, ma.
Well done for your intelligence and your open heart.
Thanks, ma.
Mo agree, well, princess. Mo they agree, JJ Man. 100%.
Yeah, I need to review payments. Yeah.
Exactly. It's about your integrity. Or to build name for so long.
Yes, sir.
You know, you cannot afford people to mess it up for you.
That's right.
People trust you. That was why the money was given.
That's
in good faith.
Yeah.
And in good faith, you will dispense it. Yeah. Momo, bully Oloye. They want to bully him into releasing this money. You know, as JJ Man said, how many bailouts, settlements, Lamani, when the journey has not even started yet? So we need to be very, very careful.
And antecedents really matter too. They will say, Shebina, so they do. Didn't you settle down? Did you settle then when you paid so back then? Or you forgot?
Exactly. Exactly. And who are we paying exactly? Are we paying the federal
we
government?
also need to know who are paying.
Are the individuals? Who are we paying? So we need to name them. They need to be ousted for transparency's sake. People need to know who they are so that we know exactly what we're dealing with.
We know where our money is going. You are so
We're
right.
not going to use the same way that in Nigeria. This is a new order. This is a new order. Things must be done transparently, openly, and we must be accountable. Even the lawyers themselves must come out with their chest, you know, trusted to the front, say, yes, our land for XYZ reason.
Right.
And not go and be bullying you, bullying Oloye, you know.
Bullying Baba Akintoye.
Yes, I know
there's so much pressure.
Exactly. But I know people want to get on with their lives. We all want to do that. Unfortunately, we're in a situation where that's not possible right now. Because of that, that's a lot of money when there's so much to be done ahead of us.
That's right.
You know, so we have to be very careful. So I am very supportive of what the two have said in particular, you know, JJ Man
and others as well.
And I agree because things come back in shape, you know, when you're feeling funny
like it come look too fast, buying like it's so like, you know, let's do it, you know. But like I said, I am just can I call myself a manager, which means I work for both sides now.
Course.
And before I finally do something.
Exactly. But a manager that cares about due diligence is about due diligence, which you must do before you release the money. Because at the end of the day,
which is what we are doing now.
The people that are giving the money over, you know. And they'll be expecting you to do it, to spend it, you know, in a way that they know that
at least they will be like, well, my money is judiciously spent, and we should never forget whether we call it 1 million, whether we call it 10 million, all this came from $20, $10, $5, $100, £100 from everybody all over the world. So I agree with you, man. We will review it.
People sweat. People sweat. This money, people sweat that people have worked for over the years.
Yes.
It's not easy. It's not easy. So they can't just come and say, goes back, hand over. What kind of broad-day, robbery is that? You know, the lawyer should also come out and identify the people that are asking for this money. Is it going down straight to the federal government, or is it going down to individuals because they've now seen that you've raised money? You know,
because we raise it publicly, man. Exactly. So I can't keep all this behind the scene and come to all of you and say, I just paid this so money. Oh, let's forget it. Let's move on. I'm so glad I'm having this conversation.
You know, and I'm glad that you've decided and people are behind you as well.
Yes.
To actually give some contribution to Mazi as well, because he's our brother.
And that one is so clear. We can say it's for his legal team. And his legal team are not possibly saying they are raising money to Brian. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's so straightforward. So that's another support for that.
So it's an offer. Yes, absolutely. So well done.
Thanks,
you know, keep up the good job. You know, stand your ground. Stand your ground very well.
Now, it seems that I'm having more people now. Yeah, I have more people.
We're accountable. Integrity matters a lot. Also do everything. You know,
thank you so much, ma. Yes, ma. Let me hear from others too and see what they say. Okay, ma. You are so wonderful. I love this. Now we're having mixed. Now let me put it this way: more people want us to review this payment, and so far, except if more people says we should just let go. Again, the opinion is open. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, this is Ade from US, from Texas.
Ade from Texas, Baba. Now, this is the whole room is getting so hot now, right now. And I've been the one here, you know, feeling it. And I don't know if you are. So please join us.
First of all, I will support the money given to the Biafran brothers.
Okay.
That is okay for me.
Right. To be part of our funding this month. Go on.
Yes. And the second one concerns the money given to people from
legal team for our Igboho 12.
Yes, for bribe or settle out of court. Maiyegun.
Sir.
The judgment kan ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀. Don't sọ pé kí anybody máa anybody around Oloye Igboho and everybody.
There is a judgment.
Yeah, so why are we saying we should pay out of court, settle out of court? If that judgment cannot be finish the what called the DSS or anybody that is harassing them. Maiyegun, we are preaching a new Nigeria or new Yoruba or this thing. Yes, Nigeria, man. They are very bribing out of court. Please.
I mean, me tell you so pé aléyàn ta kó 2 million fún. A fẹ́ gbà láti jà fún wa ni. But títí dísìn yín ṣe la ṣe ń sọ pé hold on. Ìgbà wo la fẹ́ jà gan?
Maiyegun, I know they are bully Igboho àti àwọn bàbá Akintoye. Wọ́n jẹ́ ká tún bully àwa náà.
Àwọn dẹ̀ pọ̀ gan o.
Let me tell you, let us fight this fight once and for all. If you tell my Lord, I settle out of court. That means yes, one agree pé no talk gbogbo kan tó ń ṣe wọ́n ṣe. Because this thing is harassment and intimidation. They are harassing them and they lock them up unnecessarily. So why are you setting out of court? Let's go there.
So other people have now said no, which means we are going to review this payment. There's going to be a hold on it now. There's a hold. Except if more people call in, Baba, if other people calls in tonight and say no, I
know they are bullying Oloye Sunday Igboho and all that.
Right.
Don't let them bully us.
No.
Then Maiyegun, final thing.
Yeah.
Please make sure maybe once or twice in a week you are going on your live program.
Yeah.
Like me now, I wanted to pay for the past 2 weeks now. Mo lọ sí go send me. Ibi tó gbé mi lọ
Hey, Moti attach link yeah. You know, now that Atife no owó yeah, if we end up having to spend a lot of money, you know, Shui, they are need to raise more money, or else we'll run out by May and we'll close shop.
Forget about it, including me.
Right. The link is in the comment section right now, sir. Please try it after the call.
I'll lay my hands on that link. You took the one I get, you took me to another place. So
okay, you know what? I will repost it in the comment. Once we drop right now, yeah? Just go to the comment and tap it and open it. It will open to the new link. When you open that link, yeah. Or are you already on it?
Yeah, Maiyegun, let me tell you, not only today, anytime, maybe twice in a week, please talk about it. Put the link so that people will go over there. Please. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Please, I appreciate that. So let me take another call again. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Maiyegun.
Sir.
Yes. This is me, Buhari.
You, Buhari, sir. Your name, sir?
Buhari Didini. Ola Buhari Didini.
You actually caught me off guard there. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Maiyegun, I won't waste your time. I won't waste your time.
Please.
I've already given you another title. GOTO. General Overseer of Temple of Truth. I see. Let's go to your conversation this night. Amen. This conversation, let me ask 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
Who are they giving this money to?
They are legal team.
Okay,
they are lawyers. Olaje Ngbesi, precisely.
Okay. Now they say they're going to settle out of court. I think if you have case individual, that's what they settle out of court. This is our case with government. Look, what you are doing, Maiyegun, you are setting the pace of how Yoruba nation will be, which are so much like. Look, I'm an emotional person. Okay, yes, I'm an emotional person. What you brought this night is so great. Look, whatever we do now is good. What we are going to do when we get Yoruba nation.
That's right.
It's fantastic that as we are doing now.
I love it too. Honestly.
I don't support us. Yes. I don't really support 100% to give the money to those people. Okay. What if we don't contribute this money? What if we don't contribute this money? What will happen? Are they supported? About the Kanu 100% support. Thank you, Maiyegun.
God bless you, sir. That's another one. So people want us because it's intervention, and we are willing to support the legal team to help us clear their names. That was my initial position, but they feel like they have other ways, the same legal team that is currently handling it. And right now, Maiyegun's Diary Politico, the people who don't want us to go ahead and make this payment, at least without reviewing it again, are now leading. I have another caller. Hello.
Good to that, Ben.
Good to know, Ben. My brother, you again. How are you?
On the low. Yes, sir. Thank you, Maiyegun. Thank you, the comment section. Princess Balogun, a very good point tonight.
I knew that once you open the line, majority of you are just going to follow that line of thought, because it's my position. It's something I feel before now, but I'm so kind of, following all of you right now. Clement.
Baba, you have done a lot of good things.
Thanks, man.
I can't count it. Do you want me to start counting? No. Don't let's start it right now. All you need is one mic. All you need is one mic. And you are doing that great job. For me personally, it's time to, Princess, she also stands to be correcting me too. But that fact is like, let's try to deviate our energy on another thing. We get main focus. Of course, Majasola is very important for us because he started this.
Yes.
He started this movement. He started Majasola. Exactly. We are not even Professor Akintoye started it. Majasola CSI in Igogo. That was what propelled him.
Attracted us.
He started this acclamation, or he started that thing. Let's go for Yoruba nation. It is the basic fact, the truth, and the only thing what can solve the Nigerian problem and relieve us of our problem. Now, that contribution, what we made, is a very great thing, and we shouldn't stop it, by the way.
It's actually a link in the comment. Anybody who wants to use that, you can also use the PayPal.
Thank you.
Everyone
we shouldn't stop it.
It's so easy.
Thank you, sir. We shouldn't stop it. We keep control. I don't collect my own paycheck. Germany, they know they pay paycheck. You collect your money at the end of the month. I don't collect my own now since 25th. So now I'm contributing my own. Let everybody continue the contribution. What we want to use it for is men decisive. Maiyegun, you are someone who is like eligible, someone who we can count on, right? And that's why we are doing it. And I will do it faithfully. Everybody are doing it faithfully.
People said they need committee to decide. I said, you have never met my friends.
Said it yesterday, Parliament.
You know what I mean? I said, Politico. This is us. This is us having the conversation now. How is it going to be? What's it going to be? We don't need any private committee, do we?
Perhaps, maybe, for people who can actually, we Yorubas, we are intelligent, we are smart, we are, advocative. We will talk about it. They see the problem, and then I would still the same problem where Yoruba still get. If anybody can think outside of the box, from what I'm saying, because if you think about it deeply, now still that our intelligence is still the focus of. But Princess Balogun was right to watch the third, the first caller, right?
Yeah,
in case nobody knows what I'm saying. So now I'm trying to say
so you have to take a position too, because that's what we are doing now. So what's your position?
Exactly. My position is I will go straight and direct, sir. My position is I accept what Princess said 100%. It will actually be much more.
Make it now.
It doesn't make no sense, bro. Because no receipt.
It's a two-way thing, though. Let me put it this way, right?
No receipt. Okay, yes,
Let
sir.
me put it this way. It's a two-way thing, right? First, I have already received the supposed final approval, which is Oloye Sunday Igboho's approval. Okay? But now bringing it to the parliament wants it reviewed. Part of the review is that we want to know who we are paying and for what. That's all we need to know. Then we may go ahead and pay it, right? Or no, we are not paying it at all. That's why I said it's a two things. So always have that in mind too. We can't just totally reject it. We can only review it.
No. Now I get it. Now I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Majasola, he accepted it.
Yes.
And what is actually those payments meant for?
That is why.
Because we have to contribute my own.
Mm-hmm.
So now, apart from that, if it's meant for lawyer, Majasola is, I would say, 70% free. Okay. So now, why, for me personally, I was actually thinking about we should concentrate that money on the advocation of Yoruba Nation grassroots.
I know. Right?
But then, Majasola is 70% released.
Because that's what we said from the beginning.
What you just said.
Yeah, we said if he's comfortable with it, we will do whatever he likes. And he says, go ahead. He rejected it at first too. A week ago, he rejected it. He said, forget it, Jared. That's a joke.
Yeah, I remember that. You talked about it.
Then he spoke to me today and he said, Maiyegun, So that's why I have to now bring it here, which is now bringing the conversation around review. So review here now is,
Baba,
we need more proof. Even if I don't have to come here and tell you all the proof, okay? But if I get some proof that I'm convinced that, okay, I don't see Amo, guys, trust me, I've seen it. What they said they want to do and do, maybe we will not say it now. We will say it later. But you know what? Again, if all of you now agree with that, we'll do that. But review, it should be.
Baba, you know one thing. If Magasola CSI, Chief Sunday Igboho, approve that thing, we are not going back. Anything it says is worth, even though, I mean, we have to be logical about it. Like, I mean, that's your policy, right? But Magasola is the one facing the situation. And this contribution is meant for him. And if he say, because no fino, but you will know, Magasola himself has spent his own money without asking anybody. So if Magasola approves this and be like, hey, yo, mommy, and just say bye, can say bye, can they say bye, we don't have any choice than to do it.
We should go ahead.
But then, my own problem is...
Just switch your vote right now, Clement. And then you've made the
I put it on, but
switched.
Yeah, I'm not trying to confuse.
There's no bottle.
No. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I mean, hold on, sir. Like, I mean, when Magasola claimed, and you are saying it right now, that he said he wants that, so the lawyers can do their work. But the problem, if you think about it logically, it they be one kind. But for me personally, anything what you say on this program, I accept it. But one way or the other, there will still be some advisors to Magasola who will be like, hey, CSI, Igboho, Osha, nǹkan tó ń sọ yìí, ó wà ń bí báyìí, wọ́n ti yẹ kó lè fò wá sí bọ́ọ̀n. Bọ́ọ̀n ni ìyàwó Magasola ń gbé. Sunday Igboho's family is in Germany. They live in Bonn.
Clement.
So now, they haven't allowed
what we're doing from the start, Clement. I actually love it the way we're doing it before. We said we're going to take position within the limit of this convos, just to make more people to be able to say yes, no, what do they see and all that. So Clement, I'm going to take your last vote, which is if Igboho approves it, we should go for it. Let me take another call. There will be a time we have.
If Igboho approves it, I go for it. If Igboho approves it, I go for it.
Thank you.
Well, love.
Now let me go to another person. The reason why we need this is so vital. Okay, let us go straight to what we want to do. The reason is that somehow we are taking a poll now. Do you get that? You have laid it so bare and clear. Take your position, and I will speak to another person as well. Okay, that is the time we're actually going to be doing details. Hello there. Oh, hang on, I've lost that person.
At the time we
hello there.
Yeah, hello, Maiyegun.
Sir, your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Christy from UK.
Christy, Baba. Now you are. Christy sounds so familiar, but you meet us on this this conversation tonight. Can you please fire, sir?
Yeah. Maiyegun, you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. You know, the conversation going on, right? Mm-hmm. I would say from my viewpoint, mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say that money you're talking about, you have to understand, Mr. Sunday Igboho is the one in this problem. You know,
and he's not
so
alone. The money is not even meant for him. It's meant for the Igboho 12 to start with.
Yes.
Please,
yes.
go on.
And also, my point is, I understand we are talking about integrity. Nigeria is this, black people. We understand all these things. Let's first of all support him and give him this backing first to come out of these people's hands. Then when Yoruba nation has now formed, or if we get to our destination, then we employ integrity into the hierarchy. But for now, you are dealing with Voltron. These people are lions. You need to deal with them. See, I'll give you a quick example.
Yeah.
Before I give you the example, let me just tell you one thing you should have done while you started this program. You should have just done a poll. Put a poll out. If you support, yes. If you don't support, no. So he saves you all this, talking to this one will say this, it's too much. Because I watch your program.
No, I don't want you to see it that way, Christy. I don't want you to see it that way.
Yeah.
You see, the way I want all of us to see this is this, right? A conversation that eventually, right, the people with the highest argument to back their own reason why they think we should do it the other way, right? We'll take the day, we'll go back, we'll review, right? We'll still do what we have to do anyway. So I don't want us to see it as who is right, who is wrong. Then let us see from that angle now, okay? Let's see it as if, okay, I love what you want to do and all of that. But in my own opinion, right, I think we should do it this way for this reason, for that reason. And then I'm going to learn from it, all of us, like we have been doing. Christy, please.
Yeah. So you're very right. And as I said, I appreciate your honesty. You are a man of integrity and everything. See, we keep on saying this thing. Now, who Nigeria never happened to? No go understand what they talk. See, for example, I've entered this kind of one chance before in Nigeria. It's so straightforward. You see these people, I don't want to keep you guys so long. There's this guy that, we had something together. I had one small thing in the Juleki area. This guy was handling my project. He got about 5 million from it. Say this guy carry my money in Jackpa. When they caught him, I caught him through some of my friends undercover. When they caught this guy, when they brought him in, my money, they never collect. The first night, they said before we even do anything, I'll first of all give them 100,000. Mogogo's 100. Within 2 days, what you got about 400,000, right? And you have 5 million here account here. Do you know that behind me, I'm in the UK thinking about this guy. Somewhere in this police station, Elijah, Ajiwe Lobelo. You understand? Ajiwe on Joe during the end time. Do you know that? Yes. Do you know that? I said, our brother voice is in Loleyin. Our pen, I said, release here, Lola. But they don't tell me anything. What I say release and it took 5 million me.
After about 400,000, what do you?
I'm not to buy 400,000, but I'm not to want to buy phone. What bad book on company? So you see all these things we're saying.
So they just robbed you, robbed the guy, and here where's your 5 million?
Baba, they open global link office for my head. Confirm. You understand? One shit global link. Tax free. One borrow me. Pass. So all these things people are saying, I understand Princess Balogun. Everybody is saying. You see?
Check out to go by Christy, sir. Yeah. You're not going to worry when you pay. Would this be the final one? Later. That's why Toshin saw a review. But also Sinilenu.
I know this kind of thing, they are just putting you in the middle. But I understand how these things together. The thing they say, when they talk about integrity, not out of these people, all these wishy people, make them come up for their hand first. And be wishy. Make we come up for their hand first. And start building the hierarchy of integrity, Mr. Principal.
It's not on us. Yeah, talking about integrity. It's not on us. It's not us. It's them. And if they feel like that's going to be something they feel will give them peace, well, it's not on us. It is on the people who are demanding the money, whatever they want it for. It's not even on this 12. It's on them. No. So we can't judge ourselves by that, can we?
Exactly. That's the whole point. So the thing is, we spoke to Osha. You understand? Osha don't say, Omo, please, let's carry go. Make them give them their own bembe ko bembe. Make everybody there for Bambashi.
Okay.
Make we move on.
And we can move
as they monitor this movement. Yes, let's move to that thing. Tomorrow they're not gonna come again. Let's pay another leg over one for
that is it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen again.
Baba, now me they tell you, I know how these people be. Nigeria boy Baba, you make it as you talk and say, make Nigeria not happen to some people.
I like that. Thank you so much, Baba.
So thank you.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Too, because Ibila is in a hot topic tonight. Everybody feels somehow and we feel different. And I like the fact that we are feeling in two ways. You're either here or there. And I'm glad that we are also very clear about what we want going forward. So far, so good. The people who feel like we should just clear it and move on, they are back to the top. So which means we are going to be making the payments if more people agree to that. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun Baba.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Adeshola.
Amazing. Oloruko Olushola Adeshola. Ediba aleni already by you. That's you.
Moti àti sọ̀rọ̀ rí, mo dẹ̀ ti sọ pé I'm at this stage. Also, it's a very technical thing. It's a very technical thing, and we must be very, very careful. Listen, 5 million, coffee so 2 billion, I be coffee so 20 billion. You understand what I'm saying? Mo fẹ́ rí ọwọ́ Malami nínú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Reason being that there is a judgment against DSS. And it is this same DSS that we want to go and settle out of court with. If we go ahead and do it, they're still going to use it against us. They will use it against Sunday Igboho.
I'm with you, sir, please.
Okay.
Oh, what happened?
Nígbà tẹ́ ẹ ṣe. Hello?
Yeah,
nígbà tẹ́ ẹ ṣe. Yeah, nígbà tẹ́ ẹ ṣe, kí lẹ ń settle out of court fún. That means pé ẹ ti conceal pé ẹ ṣe. Pé gbogbo nǹkan tá a dẹ̀ ṣe fún yín, alẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ láti ṣe fún yín. If we want to finish it, we must finish it right. If they're going to close the case, they're going to close the case the way they're supposed to close it.
Let the court throw it out like that. No case.
Yes. And then they will let the court throw it out.
But what they are telling them what they are telling them is that they are threatening them that they can take them in anytime and they can be in jail for 5 years. And then the trial can last for 5 years and all of that. So their lawyers are saying that to them. But to avoid all of that, so they should clear their legal bills, pay the 5 million, and then they can go home and they can forget about the whole thing. Never happened.
If we are helping to clear the bill of the legal team, it's a different ballgame.
But their legal fee is not the 5 million. So we need to be very clear too. Because that would be me lying, and I'm not going to do that, okay? So this 5 million is specifically to clear the names of these two Lady K and Oladele, to clear their names because they are charged for terrorism. Do you get that now? Specifically for that purpose.
Are we paying?
And it's not legal fee.
I understand, Baba, I understand.
Thank you.
Who are we paying this money to? Are we paying it to DSS? Are we paying it to the federal government of Nigeria? Are we paying to a particular court? No. And don't forget that there is a judgment to Iwanle. DSS fúnra wọn ò tí fulfill tí Malami ń pariwo káàkiri pé yes òun tún máa tún kiri kan gbé. This is all just fucking intimidation. That's it. We shouldn't fall for it.
Spending that money on the proper legal team that could actually fight for them. I even proposed, I said, we can even use part of our money to provide security for them if they are afraid. But to clear their name, it has to be done legally. But all of that,
legally,
I had to answer this afternoon when they said, just let them go.
That is, we can't stop. They cannot 12 people. Come on, full about 700 Pako, Maiyegun, Ojo. Orí gbígbẹ àtorí tútù ló dá owó yẹn, and it must be spent the right way. Kò ń ṣe pé àtúmọ̀ àwa ná, àtúmọ̀ àfikúnra wa. No. No, because we are not spending it lavishly, but it might later on haunt us.
You're so right.
Because DSS, it's just a date. I swear to God, just a date. Not true. Mori ọwọ́ Malami nínú gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ yìí o. Ẹ má gbàgbé pé Malami náà DSS ni o.
They report to him.
So they report to him. Oh, Baba, wọ́n ti sọ pé ká tẹ́tù out of court. So ìyẹn la máa lò ká máa gbé lọ sí Ìbàdàn. Kóòtù tó ní ká sanwó ní sanwó kankan fún gbòòrò. Because of pé ẹ̀wù evidence rèé. And once you consent to it, Babe, we lost the 20 billion. Yeah.
So an end. It's not an end in itself.
That is it.
I love this. I love these ideas. Let me hear from others too. And there's another one, the IPOB. You want to add something to that quickly?
The IPOB.
That's our time.
No, the IPOB, I am in support of it.
So we can reach out to them. What about the amount? What do you feel about that?
The amount, Adriello, is not in the amount, but it's in the top.
The gesture.
And we have actually done well about that. And as about raising the budget, if because of this, Igboho 12, like the raise budget, no.
So
because
that's another critical point I wanted us to touch earlier, but we didn't touch that tonight. But you are the only person who is mentioning it now. That is appropriate for us to say we can increase our own budget for April.
We can increase, but not purposely because of we affect our DSS. Out of no. I need Baba Akintoye.
Yes.
Medical Tamatekia. For the month of April. So why are we giving one fucking DSS on top of waiting?
Thank you so much, Papa.
That's my submission.
Again.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So that means it is now 50-50. We are in the middle. And whenever we are in the middle.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ekale.
Yes, sir. Yeah, orúkọ tèmi Bọ́lá láti London.
Ekale, sir.
Ekale, sir. Now, me ní gba time yín púpọ̀. I won't take much of your time.
Please, sir.
The last caller, I agree with him 100%.
Okay.
Ṣé ń gbọ́?
Wà pẹ̀lú yín, sir.
Wípé, yeah, wọ́n fẹ́ ọwọ́ àwọn DSS ti wà nínú kìíní yẹn. Wọ́n fẹ́ set bait fún wa ni. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi, sir? Ṣẹ́rí tàbá ti kó sínú ẹ̀ àwọn ní it's like putting a net pé wọ́n fẹ́ mú ẹja.
Ká fúnra wa drag net yẹn sórí ara wa àti bọ́nú ẹ̀ akọ̀sọ̀ the problem di mẹ́wàá ni.
Ṣẹ́rí tán bá ti lè rí gbàgà pé a sanwó yẹn the 20 billion in Ìbàdàn ẹ gbàgbé ẹ̀ èmi mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yín. Wọ́n á sọ wípé torí ẹ̀rù ń bà wá nǹkan tá a ṣe àwa ṣètò àwa la lọ bribe wọn sìn.
Because ó máa look like bribe ní lóòótọ́.
Èmi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yín. Àwa la lọ bribe wọn. Ẹ wo kéèsì tiwa tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bí. Mi ò fẹ́ tí n bá ti sọ àti yé yín ọmọ ìyá wa tó tẹ mọ̀ mi ò fẹ́ dárúkọ ẹ̀ bẹ̀tẹ̀ ti yé yín bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó lọ sanwó sọ́sẹ̀ kí. Ṣé rí wípé tí ìbá ṣe pé alágbára jálágbára ni ṣe mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ ńlá ni pẹ̀tọ́ fi tó lé kiri. Èèyàn mo gbà pé mo jẹ̀bi ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ nìyẹn
ẹ wá bá mi yorúkọ mi kúrò nǹkan tá a ṣe fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn kì í ṣe rí mo position tí olóyè wà I really I know everything mo position tí àwọn bàbá wa wà àwọn bàbá wa méjèèjì àti olóyè olúọba mo position yẹn mo mọ̀ pọ́n búlì wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ jọ ẹ bá sọ fún wọn wípé ó lè dá kéèsì wa rú ó lè dàrú nǹkan tí the last caller sọ yẹn in fact
náà ló kúkú ń gbọ́ wa bá ṣe ń ṣe yìí o wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa wọ́n ń wò wá o ẹ má rò pé wọ́n wò wá wọ́n wà everybody ń wò wá wọ́n jọ ń monitor náà o kòsó ó wà necessary.
bàbá wa tó ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ last caller yẹn 100% mo gbé fún wọn wọn agree pẹ̀lú wọn wọ́n fẹ́ kọ́wọ́ wa wọ ṣọ̀lọ̀ àwọn Yorùbá ní wọ́n kọ̀wé èèyàn bọ ṣọ̀lọ̀ tẹ́tọ́ bá ti lè wọlé gbàm báyìí wọ́n mú wa nìyẹn eré àyẹn ni kẹ́ ti wò ó. You said the money, I do 5 million law. We pay kini. Then I defect you about one so any problem. Come and lay one kiri. One day one fẹ́ gbé wọn lọ, one fẹ́ wá mú wọn. Wọ́n say no. Ah, fair. But a máa ń pé gbọ́n ni o, a kì í pé gọ́ o.
Bless you.
A kì í pé gọ́ o.
So clear. Make a position you want
to clear. Mi ò ká má sanwó yẹn, ká má san. Mo fara mọ́ ti. Mi ò àtọ́ mi wà comfortable. Mo fara mọ́ ti. IPOB ti Inadikanu 2 million yẹn ó wà okay.
Good.
Ó wà okay.
God bless
ó
you.
wà okay.
So
Olúwa wà pẹ̀lú yín.
You know, sir. God bless you. So Odarosa, yeah. Yes. Now, let me take another one. Now at present, yes, the people who want us to put a hold on the payment, they are leading. So it's obvious now. We're going to put a hold on the payment because the argument has now led to legal part as well. We don't drag ourselves into a dragnet that is probably, so they are leading now. Let me hear from somebody else again. Hello there.
Hello, good evening. Maiyegun, it's Oloye again from London.
Sorry, say that again.
Sorry, it's Oloye again from London.
Oh, okay. You are so lucky you were able to call twice. Go on, please.
Yeah, I just want to go back to, is it Christian or Christy who called?
Christy, yeah.
The other time. Yeah, the fact that he didn't probe further made him to lose money and to lose his money and to pay more money for losing his money. What we're doing now is not to criticize anybody or to say anybody is wrong or right. We're saying prove further. Let's see. I mean, if we are looking for a Yoruba nation that is sacrosanct, a Yoruba nation that is going to be different from the status quo in Nigeria, then we should do this more. Now, what we are doing is to actually find out if they have not gotten that message well in Nigeria. This is the time for them to get it right and well. That the money is nothing. As far as
it's not actually the money. You are right.
No, it is the process. It is the legitimacy of trusting process. We should check. We say institutions are not working in Nigeria. It's because of this kind of a thing. Now, so let's probe. Let's see that we are making the right move towards the right. As I said earlier, it is because of Igboho has lent his voice that is tying our hands. Otherwise, we should have thrown it in the trash bin. Of course. So, it is that respect that I want to give to Igboho, but I still maintain my stance. Let us probe further. And to the Biafra brothers, we are Yorubas.
Yes.
We are lovers of our brother, of our president, wherever they come from. We are lovers of people. That one is not to be paid for. The 2 million that they pay, they use it for whatever cause they want to. That is my position. That one is
fantastic. So I love that you quickly chip in and call into that. Okay, I appreciate that, sir. Let's hear from others again before we call it a night.
Thank you,
sir. Thank you, Saolu from London. So let me have this. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello,
Professor
sir.
Maiyegun. Niyi ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti Fásitì.
Down, how are you tonight?
I'm very fine. Let me start with the less controversial topic, which is about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
I want you to relax because I know you are on the hot seat. For that one, I support that we should pay 2 million naira to Mazi lawyers or whoever is collecting it. Now to the controversial issue of
don't say controversial, Neyo. There's nobody who see everybody's contribution. Nobody is right. No one is wrong. There are ideas that can help us, right, to maintain whatever standard we want to maintain. So don't see it like that. Nobody is wrong. If you say pay it, you are not wrong. If you say don't pay it, you are not right. You are not wrong. Okay. Your idea, just give us reasons why you believe we shouldn't, because that's what we are picking on. Okay. Go on.
I will actually pinch my tent with the Democrats because according to one of the comments I read, someone said we have two parties now. We have Democrats and
the for and against. That's the interesting part of it. But I don't want anybody to be right or wrong, okay? Because eventually we're going to do what is right. Even if it's not comfortable for us, we still have to. You get that? A decision will be made and we'll still do something. Now you?
So I'm for Democrats in the sense that Democrats are progressive and they look at things without from the progressive point of view, not from the conservative.
Okay.
For those who are saying that they should pay, they should follow whatever Sunday Igboho says, they might be right, but they are trying to play safe. But for those of us that are in the view that we should not pay yet, but we should review.
You haven't even told me which side you are, but you already counted yourself to the part of those who don't want to.
I'm for the Democrats. Democrats are those who want it to be reviewed.
He wants to be reviewed.
I'm queuing behind Prince Jejeman, the woman from England,
Bukola, Madam Buki from Lord.
Okay, so I just want to give my reasons for this.
Please go.
Because I happen to have been taking law as a course. And I know one of the reasons why they could ask for plea bargaining. Some people said settling out of court. You only settle out of court when the case happens to be civil cases. In this case, we are talking about terrorism, which happens to be criminal case.
That's right.
If you say somebody is terrorizing you or is a terrorist, that means it's a criminal offense. Now, if you now settle out of court, whichever party pays has said that as a fact that is guilty of the crime. Are you with me, sir?
I'm following you.
Because in law, we have civil and criminal matters.
Sure.
So in this case, terrorism falls under criminal.
That's right.
And is usually prosecuted by the government. So if we are paying now, we are telling the court or whoever is collecting the money that we are the guilty party. But the other means of settling this thing is to go to court, whereby we can be paid damages in return. So I want us to look at this thing.
Which they have already done. They went to courts. They have already sought damages from court. Court has granted the damages. But because it's a two case, right? DSS, when the DSS kidnapped them, they took them to Abuja. They charged them to courts. So which means some lawyers have to bail them and work out on how to release them. Meanwhile, another lawyer now took DSS to court in Ibadan and won a case against DSS, right? Which automatically, except if it's appealed, should automatically delegitimize all the actions of DSS based on that judgment. You get that now?
But sir.
But he didn't.
But sir. Maiyegun, sir.
Baba.
This case of terrorism is a criminal case. That's where I'm going.
Criminal case.
It's a criminal case. And criminal case, in most cases, you must identify the offender. You must identify the offense. What is the offense of these people? That they were working against the society. They did something wrong against the society. And now you are now paying them that you want to settle out of court. I don't really call it a settlement out of court. Maybe they are pleading. Yeah,
you are even a lawyer, right? You are a lawyer, okay? Plea bargaining means you are already in court and it seems that you are going to be guilty. Then you make a deal.
Yes.
A deal that will say, okay, maybe you know what? You go to jail for just 2 years, but you need to start as a witness against others so that they can go to jail for 20 years for terrorism. There's nothing like that in this case. And if there's anything, we would like to see it.
So what are we paying for?
Exactly. We need to see it.
Maiyegun, I've been watching this show and I care about your health. You know, you just came out of one sickness
COVID
the other time.
Honestly,
and we don't want you to go back to that part, to that stage again. Please.
No, I don't want to.
This case needs to be reviewed. In fact, I would like a team of lawyers, maybe those who paid 2 million.
I mean, we have people who pay 2 million to
this matter.
They are just there. And they want to fight. But we are saying, hold on. But people who won't fight for say they don't want fight. Just help us. We want to clear this. And then, we are fine. And, that's why we found ourselves here, Nayo.
So, Maiyegun, let me just make my submission. Since we are taking vote and the rest, I would like to say the money should not be given out. Okay. 5 million can do many things. Alternative use that we can put this money according to economics. Opportunity cost. We can use it to do big balls to finance many projects that will lead to Yoruba nation now. So we shouldn't go into giving out money as it is. 5 million is huge. People are saying it's not much. But if we look at other things that this money can be put into use, it's really huge. It's a lot of money. Out of the money contributed, 5 million should be close to 20% of the money. And 20% is even much because God even demands for 20%.
It's even more than 20% because 5 million, 5 million is about, let me tell you, 5 million is about 8,000 pounds. And if we raise the 28,000, right, that is more than 35% of our fund.
So, Maiyegun, as I'm talking to you, I'm reading comments, and somebody actually supported me, People's Club. He said this case is a criminal case. If the defendant pays, it is part of a plea bargain, which is an admission of guilt. That is, if you are a lawyer, you will understand what I'm saying. There is criminal case and there is civil case. It's only in civil case, maybe I'm fighting you, I label you that Maiyegun, your head is not correct. Sorry to say that. You can say, okay, pay me 5 million. I can plead with you that I will pay 2 million. And we settle out of court. But this one is terrorism. You know what terrorism is?
We need to explain. So we are going to review. Thank you so much, Neyo. Let me hear from others too. I have another 20 minutes to spend with everyone here. I'm sorry, I have another 10 minutes to spend with everyone here. And no, hang on. I think I still have another 20 minutes. You are right. So let me take others too, Neyo. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks so much for that insightful contribution. So that's Neyo from France. I have another person on the line. Hello there.
Hello. Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello,
nítorí pé kí ni ṣe rí ẹni ìṣọ̀gbọ́n bá tójú ẹ̀ wọlẹ̀ kò ní bá wọn bọ́ bá kò so. bí wọn bá yàn òwe méjì ni màá pa èkejì ni pé téèyàn bá tún wá ń ro yíyún ìfọ̀n èèyàn á wọra déegun tí àwọn bàbá wa lọ́hùn tó wà ní bàbá
Akintoye Oloye Igboho wọn ló ti fọwọ́ sí báyìí òkè má parọ́ wọ́n ti fọwọ́ sí pé kí n go ahead.
wọ́n fọwọ́ sí pé kẹ́ẹ̀gó kí kún fún wọn ní owó yẹn tí wọ́n bá ro irú ìyà tí wọ́n jẹ nínú lọ́dọ̀ àwọn DSS èèyàn lè sọ pé èèyàn lè rò pé ó yá kí àwọn pé kó má bàa tún gbé wọn ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá wá tún wá wo yí pé tá a bá wo nǹkan tá à ń jà fún ni pé nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tó níyì irú yẹn náà jìbìtì corruption òun ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ a sì fẹ́ mọ́ sẹ́rí jìbìtì fọdọ́gbọ̀n gbowó yẹn a fẹ́ mọ́ wọ́n tún àwọn kò yẹ kí àwọn màlàmí àwọn frank kan tún wá lo láìpò fún wa àwa ní Ìbàdàn àwa ní àwa lọ́yọ́ ká ní láìpò lọ tí wọ́n ṣàwọn ló wà lo láìpò fún wa gbogbo àwọn ẹlẹ́ni tí wọ́n àwọn tí wọ́n méjì tí wọ́n pàṣẹ òun kù wọ́n gbà yẹn kọ́ gbogbo nǹkan dáméjì tán ṣe sílé Sunday Igboho tí Sunday bá fẹ́ wo wípé bí wọ́n ṣe ń pe òun bọ́ ṣe ń yọ òun lẹ́nu tó bá wò ó wọ́n máa gbé ọlọ́mọdé ká gbé oúnjẹ àfihàn ajájẹ wọ́n ti dá wọn láre nígbà tó ti fún wọn ní tó ti sọ kọ́kọ́ sanwó fún wọn wọ́n ti jàre káwá tí wọ́n sọ pé káwá tá bá lọ bá wọn lọ́wọ́ sí pé ká fún wọn ní kickback ń pé kí wọ́n bá má tún gbé àwọn tó gba àwọn méjìlá yẹn mọ́.
ká dẹ̀ ní capacity ká lè gba lọ́ọ̀yà ká gba security fún wọn ká gba lọ́ọ̀yà ká fight ẹ̀ ká clear wọn. mélòó gan ló kù tí Buhari fẹ́ lò.
àti gọ́gọ́ nìyẹn tí mi fẹ́ sọ náà yìí pé owó yẹn kí n ká gba lọ́ọ̀yà tó dájú láti fi bá wọn láti fi clear ká sanwó lọ́ọ̀yà. torí ìgbé tí n bá fẹ́ bèrè nǹkan lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa àti lọ́wọ́ Sunday màá níṣẹ́ tí wọ́n bá sanwó yẹn fún un ṣe lóhun tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbé yín wọ́n fẹ́ fi sílẹ̀ kọ́ máa lọ sí Germany ni bó bá jẹ́ kó máa a lè san Bọ́kọ̀ ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kì í pé wọ́n fẹ́ release wọn kan fún wọn lálàáfíà. Wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀ tó ti ń gbọ́ pé àwọn táwa ń diaspora àti ń dáwó owó pọ́n náà wọ́n fún àwọn wọn ti rí pé ọ̀pá ní interest. Wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀gbọ́n gbowó ni. Ok, lọ́ọ̀yà tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn ṣé gbogbo àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà yẹn fámìlì ìyàwó Sunday. Ẹgbẹ́ náà ò gbowó ó ń ṣe fún free tẹ́lẹ̀ ni. Tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbowó ń sìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kókun èló ló fẹ́ gbà fúnṣẹ́ tó o ti ṣe kì í ṣe pé o fẹ́ fún DSS lówó fún DSS lówó yẹn ò kọ́ mi rárá. Ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n tún fi àwa dàgbọ́dà wọ́n tún bá ti wá wọ́n lẹ́ni àwa tá a mọ̀ fún. We know the right thing to do, we know the right step to take. We want to fight it. That's why we are paying the money. If we pay more money, I'm ready. All of us are ready to be contributing more money. Let them be cleared legally. More biting processes. Let them be cleared legally. And when it comes to your weapon is the truth. Your weapon is the truth. Transparency. So transparency is your weapon. And I thank you for your transparency. And continue like that. Am I saying go on married? My daddy go on married. Lie. We were married and don't go expecting the diaspora. Come on, say kickback. Kickback in the end. I think I don't say kickback. Because I got the lower seabed. I got the lower seabed. I know you but I might not see what you see me. Charity PARPOB. She can molest.
Hello, Civic reach out sí wọn. Ó dà pé yẹn ò tiẹ̀ ní kí question rárá ẹ̀ ló fọwọ́ sí yẹn. Thank you. God bless you. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé kọ́ ẹ.
Ojú òní tí iṣẹ́ yín ò ní bàjẹ́ mọ́jọ́. Ẹni tó bá tẹ̀ ló ń fẹ́ bá aṣọ yín yìí jẹ́, òótọ́ yín yìí tó fẹ́ mẹ̀sẹ̀ ọ̀. Ayé tó ń yege lọ́nà bá ọlọ́pàá mẹ̀sẹ̀ ọ̀. Ewu ọjà.
You see, mo ò di màmá ni o, but mo ti èmi ti já wọlé. So that people when you will feel comfortable. Sorry, my caller, please give me a second, okay? Just 1 minute. You see, Mama that just spoke to us today was the Mama that was asking, calling, and said, I don't know how to use give, send, go. I don't know how to use all this, your paper. Just give me an account, please. I want to donate. You remember her? That's her. She said, no, we cannot give her money anyhow. She's not comfortable too. We are back to those who said we should review this payment. They are now leading. Okay? So if you have called in earlier and you want to change your vote, maybe you can try that too. But anyway, I have a caller here. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well.
How is everything? Wow, this is they are not putting you on the spot now. Real hot spot.
Here I am, but I can handle it. That's why I'm saying that people should not worry about me. I'm using all of this to gauge the mood of my people. At the end of the day, decision will be taken, and I'll come back and say, I don't cost them, they don't put hold on the money, I don't say no. But I love this.
Anyway,
I can handle it.
Good. Anyway, the Nigerian judicial system, which we know never exists, is just a corrupt system anyway. And the Benin Republic, is it the same? That's one question I'm asking myself, because she want to be in Nigeria, they could on what's going on?
No, what happened is that from our intervention fund, right? We are looking into to give support to the Igboho 12, right? Now they are now feeling like there is a legal bill. See, our lawyer won't bury 5 million. At if only 1.8 million, which was meant to support all the 12 people, 150,000 each. Now they now concluded that no, they would rather clear that 5 million requested by their lawyers on their case, right, than take any support fund from us personally. Now, Igboho has approved that. Igboho said, give it to them. 3 million naira balance, give it to them. But Akintoye said, let's just clear it and move on to other things. But my people on this platform feels like that is Uwomogo. We want to know who are we paying. It's not that we can't pay, but who are we paying? and for what? We want clarity. That's where we are, sir. Not Cotonou for now.
Yes,
Igboho's movement in Cotonou and all of that, we are keeping all that conversation out of public for now. But again, that's where we are tonight, sir.
Okay. Well, because I'm thinking that these people they knew we have a pot which you are managing.
Yes.
Everybody, the whole world knows.
Everybody knows.
Because if this money is not there, maybe they won't be asking for anything like this.
No, I will not be receiving phone calls.
If they ask for 5 million again, and they know say another millions day with you,
in the pot.
They will keep on asking until that pot finish. But I will round up now because other people can call.
Oh, please.
Me, I will just sit on the fence. I don't even know, maybe A or B to choose.
No. You are now making it hard for me. All right. If you sit on the fence on this, you are abstaining. You should take a position. You've already said something like, it's like you are not comfortable with such payment. Now you can't sit on the fence, sir. You need to take a position. Are you comfortable that we should go ahead because Igboho, every other pressure, consideration, Igboho said, give it to them. But Akintoye, Professor Adedino, they said, give it to them. Now, my parliament, my people here feels like they need more answers before you can. They are not saying we shouldn't. My friends are not saying we shouldn't. They said we need clarity. We need answers. We want to know who is getting this. If you can provide other answers, right? Yeah, give it to them. They have no problem with that. So, or we should just forget it and get proper lawyers and fight it out and clear their name. So you can take a position. You should take a position. What would you do in this situation?
In this situation, first of all, I will say different options, then I will now take my position.
Please.
I think the 5 million is too much if we are going to give anything. Okay. That's one.
Okay.
I support Princess. Our first call, I like it. Mm-hmm. But when others were calling as well, so my mind is like fluctuating like a gauge.
I know.
But on this matter, I will say I will go with Princess.
That we should review the payments. Not that we are against it,
yes,
but we just need to review it before we clear and pay it. I like that. So, which means those who want the payment reviewed before any money is released are now taking a lead. So I'm going to take this message back to Oloye, and we're going to discuss it. Whatever is eventually done, of course, I'll come back here and tell all of us. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Good night.
You have a good one, sir. Yeah. Okay. Now, let me take another one there. My time is coming to an end. I've only got about 18 minutes to go. So maybe I can take 2 or more calls. So hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm surviving. I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So it's a very interesting, topic. Actually, for the about the Biafra, we're okay for that.
That's why you want to start. Go for it. Now.
Yes, that's why it's okay. But another one about the money, our 4.8 million. Mm-hmm. This struggle is not, you need to trust people. You are in Scotland,
Yes.
This is why in Nigeria, Igboho and Professor. So you have to trust them. You have to give them a level of trust. So
no doubt.
Wouldn't say you should not give to them.
Yeah.
Or you can just tell them, let them do the normal due diligence. You know what I mean?
Diligence, review and answers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it becomes a situation where you start doubting them, or when they say release something, you are questioning them too much.
I mean, one thing is this, right? They agree with us. All these things, all these points we are raising, right? We don't dare on top and for about a week now. They agreed.
Yeah.
But, it can't get to a point where they now feel like we are telling these boys that they should not worry. We are ready to fight for them. But every now and then they are calling Baba, calling Oloye. I don't know. They said they are going to kill me if I sleep in my house tonight. You get to a point and you'll be like, hey, God. So did they say if we give you that and you will be fine, they won't disturb you again? You get to that point, you'll be like, okay, give them. That was the point we reached today. They all agreed that we should fight it. We should provide security for them. But the people we are talking about is a different ball game. I mean, it's a mess. I can't tell all of you how many of their calls I've been taking myself. But like I said, please, we have no issue with trust, and people just feel like, that's a lump sum taken from us. We need answers. We need something to hold on to. Why we are paying that?
Yeah, but we know Nigeria. They always say this criminal. Nigeria is Nigeria. Criminal or no criminal. There's a way to bring out people. What I want to say, this struggle, people should know, is I know there are people who are concerned about money. This struggle involves money. And if you really want to do it, it's going to be all about money. Because they will be lucky some people, you'll be bailing them with money. I've seen many times. Blame on Biafra, 20 of them only. 1 million. So the struggle is money. It's not, I know people will be thinking we are contributing. So if you see the Biafran people, I'm not comparing them. On me, man, so £200 every month. On me, so yes, I'm saying, because even Nnamdi Kanu was saying it. Also, about 150,000 of my about 100,000 every month.
Let me shock you. I don't know if you remember, right? Yeah, that's what I'm going to. You remember when they said IPOB spent almost $2 million in 2020 on paying a lobbyist, media in America, and legal stuff all over the world. This time, they never even hold Nnamdi Kanu. $2 million in 2020.
This is a fact. Let me tell you one thing. I have to tell my Yoruba brothers, this struggle, you know what I'm saying? People are, let me tell you, every month, somebody share £500 for every month individually. Biafra change, I mean, so 1,000 every month. I mean, so 200. It means so mom new asore.
I mean, go on the proof ni money yet money kilotin pe won statement you want to release. I don't know release statement you want sita. Like it's so easy to trace and see.
So because big boy is one let me tell you, if somebody is fighting for this cause, what you want to see, the people don't share make all my general, all my to my allowance. Like 1 million, 2 million. So no, it's my fight,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to know this. Come on, your money. If you get 20 million, 30 million, come back. Because I need to oversolve with you. I'm just telling you, let everybody just know. You know what I'm saying? It's everything.
So in your own view now, we should just, for the peace of mind for Oloye Akintoye, as they said that if that will bring peace of mind for them, we should go ahead and do it. So in your own opinion, we should do it.
Of course, just tell them they should be doing their due diligence because they are professional. They know they can do what is get music. That is it.
That's better.
Let's just
because Go on, sir.
So I'm not more that's anybody because this is a form to get everybody.
So nobody's going right, because wrong. So why they should choose your opinion, because it's helping. It's a conversation,
Of course, if you go back to them, just tell them, let them do normal due diligence. Okay, me. Because this thing, one need there, one solution.
Solution contribution away, sir. Àwọn sọ pé tí kò mí pa ní láti máa go back and forth. I should just let them know that we would rather they have an idea and it's something concrete or tangible before they can say, what is that money for? And, if we can get that, we can still go ahead and do it. But it requires review, like everybody is asking.
Fine, but let me just say this struggle. It's just like a religion. You have to come and say, Baba, every time.
Because £500 or £100. Any idea? $1 million. Next week. No, I don't think so.
So, everybody have to know this thing. Only quite a war. Only quite a war. It means of a struggle. Because I'm a prayer must be more. But only quite a war. Because ordinary lawyer can or Zakama to a little I need. ní America. Ohun ètò ọ̀sọ́ fún àwọn people yẹn. It's too much money. Yẹ pé ká ló kú olówó. Contribution
loan fund there, and they are ensuring that those funds are getting there and all of, you're right. So we need to do that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Last call me. Yeah, I think the last call me. Thank you very much for that. I have another caller who happened to be my last caller tonight, okay? Hello there. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, hello, good evening. Do you mind turning off, Thank you. Or just mute it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, good evening. Sorry for the late calling. Yeah, my own contribution is, I agree with what people have said.
Okay.
But I don't know if we can take this video to Baba and Igboho. I don't know whether they are watching.
Of course,
maybe
I'm going to talk to them soon.
Okay. Maybe they can review what everybody has said and reconsider their decision.
Okay.
Because they cannot say because those people are calling them 24/7. We have to give out the money. We have to look at the consequences of what we are doing.
The pros and cons.
Like other people have said. Yeah, the pros and the cons. So maybe if they look through what we have discussed tonight, they can rethink and review their decision.
I see. So you want this payment reviewed, not paid right away?
No, yeah. I'm not saying you should pay. But if at all we are going to pay, if they are ready to come out with a concrete conclusion or giving us a concrete reason why, and they need to talk to that lawyer that if anything happens afterwards, is going to damn the consequence, whatever it's going to take us.
I like that. That's another angle. We should attach our own condition to it. That if eventually we're going to pay it, the lawyer himself will probably need to sign a paper and tell us that there will be nothing after this.
Nothing after. And if anything comes after, it's going to be
we should hold him responsible.
Exactly.
Well, that's another angle. I love this, man. I mean, we are not afraid to pay. The reason why we raise the money is to fight legally for those that are being persecuted.
Exactly.
Now, we are not just going to just dash out like that without us considering the sweat and effort of those who actually put the resources together. So, yeah, I like that condition. That would make another sense. A lot of sense, man. Thank you. So, we have another one I would like you to touch. Maazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay, the Nnamdi Kanu one, I support it. I'm okay with that.
To his legal team, from us
and
to
God bless
them.
the work of your hand. Yeah, we're okay with that.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much for adding your voice. I have one person here that's been like repeating call and all that. I'll make him my last caller.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. If you will make it quick, sir. I'm just gonna.
That's good. Okay, I'm a first-time caller. My name is Rotimi. I'm calling from Germany.
Rotimi from Germany. Go on, sir.
Yeah, I wouldn't say more than that. Also, this is my own contribution. Please, I beg you in the name of God, don't even venture, or people shouldn't even think about giving these people these 5 million of a thing.
You are totally opposed to it.
Yeah, this is what these people are. Okay,
go on.
Okay, I will tell you why. I have two elder brothers.
Right.
As a lawyer, né?
Yep.
One is a son. The other one is normal lawyer, right? And at the time in my life, I've gotten a case before. Understand? So now this is it. These people want to establish case against two guys that you're talking about. So once you people make the payment, they will now turn the table against them. They will use that payment to enter them. And that is where the problem will start again.
That's where it's going to start.
They will rope them in instantly with that money. So please, I beg you, we need to be smart.
We need to be smart.
This one is, they call it Nogedesobo.
Yeah?
Let us tell them that they are the stupid ones. We are not stupid. So it doesn't matter what.
They which kind of get they want. They don't know that it's not just one person. Almost 900 people. You have to be very careful who get the tomato. Wow, trust me, Baba.
Say you understand? They just want to play games. This is game. They want to establish case out of no case. Right. So we shouldn't use our money to bring problems.
No.
So you understand? Into their trap. So you understand? So that is so. As for the Baba Akintoye Igboho, we understand this is the way the whole thing goes. They'll be saying, "Oh, mommy, let's do it. Let's do." Maiyegun, keep telling Sunday Igboho and Baba Akintoye that Baba more understand you, but Ejo, number 6 wa ko share that. Me ni so ju ba people olori buruku ni won be. Thank you, my brother.
You too. Thank you so much for that contribution. This is where we're going to draw the curtains. I know so many people who still want to call, but please forgive me. We have spent over 2 hours, okay? And it's been an interesting conversation tonight, okay? I don't want any of you to go to bed feeling like, no, you should have been. No, don't feel like that. Don't feel like that. What we are doing is called matured intervention. As we are doing this, we are also teaching the people that we have told, if they fail to be organized, they have just automatically organized to fail. So all our actions, our utterances, our conversation, comments, and all of them, right? They are pretty much like setting the template of how we think things should be done. And I am glad that I'm leading this kind of conversation with my friends, okay? Look at how all of us blended into it. You were able to take your position and you were able to defend your position. Why you think this is the right thing. Why you think this is the other thing. And I love that. That is the template. But don't ever forget what our aims and objective is. Okay? And that is one thing I actually admired in the position of those who supported that we should review this payment before we make any further payment. We should review it. The reason why I admire your contribution is that when we started, we said we wanted to fight legally. We did not raise the money to get guns, to get bullets, and say, okay, now we change our mind. We now want to start buying water guns. No, we knew we want to fight. We said we will fight legally. We will fight dirty legally if we have to. We will fight for as long as it takes, and we will raise money to support and fund that fight. Whatever it is right now, we can call it a bit of, rearrangement, replan, and the rest of them. That won't automatically turn us into Father Christmas. That's always my position, and I think I'm speaking the minds of so many people. But at the same time, somebody will say you want to defend from the bully. If they say, let this one pass, sometimes you don't want to do more than but I also agree with all of you who said, with every penny of our money that goes into anybody's hand, right? We must make our conditions very, very clear. Our money comes with condition. They are very fair conditions, right? But we would love to discuss it with them before we make any. And as for all of you who said, let us remember, protocol is protocol. Rules and regulation is rules and regulation. We said, before we give any penny to anybody, in honor of Oloye Sunday Igboho, when he says he is happy and comfortable with the idea that we should honor him and respect him, even if we are not comfortable. I agree with all of you too. That is what makes this conversation interesting. And you see the Baba Akintoye, Professor Banji Akintoye, the Alana, the Deputy Alana, Professor Adeniran, Oloye Sunday Igboho, and so many other people who are I'm going to have a meeting with tomorrow. There's a larger house meeting scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. So I've got something to tell them, which is pretty much not going to different from what I've told them. Do you get that now? But it is called review. Now, there's something I want to prepare our minds for. Yes. Maybe without Igboho, we will probably never raise this much. Maybe. Maybe if we didn't use his name, maybe we would never even get this far. Yes, we'll raise funds. Maybe we won't raise this good money. Maybe we won't earn the trust of so many people who actually feel like with Maiyegun and Igboho, I believe in it. Don't let us forget that. And we decided that we'll give him that honor. And that is the right to first refusal. If Igboho says no, it's a no. If Igboho says yes, we respect that and we say yes to with him. That is why I said nobody is right. No one is right. No one is wrong. Your opinions, your suggestions, and your positions, they are to help give us or guide us into how we think things should be done if we all want to be different. So don't go to bed with any kind of, oh, I wanted to say, oh, I had this. No. I will take this back. We'll discuss it. And then when I feel comfortable better, a decision will be made. And if I ended up having to make that payment, I am seeking for your, what do you call it, for your forgiveness beforehand. Like somebody said, there are some decisions that you're going to make. There are some actions that you're going to have to agree to. They're not comfortable. They're not convenient. They feel like somebody just takes something away from you. But for the greater good, you just have to do it. And that's kind of a leadership quality that will decide or determine the caliber of people that will be interested in Yoruba nation struggle. You are never going to always have your way. In fact, you are always going to be prepared to offend your base. But I will continue to explain to you why some decisions are taken. And trust me, I will always get your forgiveness. Whatever I do, I am doing for the greater good. As for the 2 million naira that you have all approved, for the gesture from us to the legal team of Maiyegun General, I am going to start work on that. Specifically, this money is meant to go straight to person who have direct contact with Maiyegun General. And I know who to ask. Okay? I'm not gonna, don't worry yourself about Maiyegun. Don't talk to these people. I'm a very, very, very strong follower of IPOB, just like as an observer, and I know who to talk to if I want this support to get to the man that is meant for. So you have approved the 2 million, and if in the future we can do more when Maiyegun General is released, from us to him again, we would love to reach out. That is why you all have to keep making us stronger, keep the pot, full, and don't donate any money that is necessarily, that you are going to need. Donation is voluntary, okay? Don't donate more than what you can afford. Don't run into a debt. Don't borrow money to support this cause. £1, $1, $100, $1,000, £1,000. It is always like from this penny that we make a bunch of thousands, we say. In this case, we have done so well, even though we slowed down. Check your comments. In another 12 days, my Facebook should be back on. When my Facebook is back on, I will get all my audience on Facebook who are unable to join us on YouTube. They will make contribution too. But for those of you who are saying this, tap that link. You get what I mean now? People are still telling me, Maiyegun, don't pay. Oh. We will not forgive you if you pay. Oh. Please, you have to forgive me. Oh. Again, it may be difficult. Like you said, I'm taking it back to them for review. Normally, the money is meant to be released to them by Monday. In fact, I have already initiated the transfer process from pound sterling to the agent that will make the payments. But now, the agent will have the money. There is a hold on it. We'll let those concerned review it. And if, like you said, if I'm satisfied, even if I am not happy, we will go ahead and pay that money. I'm not saying I'm paying. I'm taking your observation back to the people who mattered most. So thank you, and thank you to every one of you for the trust and the support. Okay, I will give you an update again. All right. So thank you so much. Take your time. You can still like the video. You can still share it if you haven't. And the most important part, like the video. It is called offerings. Like it. And then I'm going to see you some other time. Good night. Odaro.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Igbó nìna kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù.
bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì o. ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní bí wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.